Have you ever wondered why happiness feels harder to hold on to as the years go by? Why, even with the freedom of retirement, even with grown children, quiet mornings, and no deadlines, something still feels missing? Have you ever caught yourself staring out the window, feeling a little numb, and asking, "Is this all there is now?" You're not alone. A lot of older adults feel the same way, but they rarely talk about it. They assume it's just part of getting older, that joy fades with youth, that meaning belongs to the past, that it's normal to feel a little empty inside. But what if that's not true? What if happiness didn't disappear? It just got buried under a few quiet, unnoticed mistakes. Not loud mistakes, not reckless ones, but small ones, made over time, that quietly steal away your joy without you even realizing it. In this video, we'll talk about 6 of the biggest mistakes that many seniors make, the kind that slowly chip away at your happiness, your peace, and your sense of purpose. Not to blame, not to shame, but to help you understand what's been holding you back, and more importantly, how to change it, because you are not too old to be happy. You're not too far along to feel alive again, and it's never too late to choose joy. Let's begin, gently, honestly, and together. Mistake 1. Holding on to bitterness. Bitterness doesn't usually show up loudly. It settles in quietly, like dust on a forgotten bookshelf. And with time, it hardens into something we carry around without even realizing it. It begins with something simple, a betrayal, a disappointment, a conversation that never happened, or an apology that never came. Maybe a friend disappeared. Maybe your adult children didn't turn out the way you dreamed. Maybe your spouse hurt you in ways no one else saw. So you folded those feelings up and stored them away. But they didn't go away. They sat in your heart, unspoken, unhealed, until one day, joy felt further away than ever. Because bitterness has a way of locking joy out. It's okay to admit that someone hurt you. It's okay to grieve what should have been. But when that grief turns into resentment, and when that resentment becomes the lens through which you see the world, it begins to quietly corrode your ability to feel joy. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't even mean forgiving them if you're not ready. It means choosing to release yourself from the burden. Sarah, now 81, said something beautiful after writing a letter to her estranged sister, a letter she never sent. She said, "I thought letting go meant I was letting her win, but it turned out I was finally letting myself live." Mistake 2. Isolating yourself. It often begins with good reasons. Mobility becomes harder. Friends move away or pass on. Children live far. And before you know it, the days are filled with silence. You convince yourself that you're fine, that this is just how it is now. But behind that brave front, something else grows. Loneliness. And loneliness, over time, is like a slow poison for the soul. The most dangerous part? It convinces you that no one wants to hear from you, that you'd be a burden, that reaching out is embarrassing or unnecessary. But that's not true. You are not a burden. You are a living library of wisdom, of stories, of love, and the world, even just one person, still needs what you carry inside you. Tom, 74, lost his wife 3 years ago. After she passed, he stopped calling anyone. For 2 full years, he sat in a quiet home, watching TV, eating alone, speaking to no one. Until one day, a neighbor knocked, inviting him to a seniors' book club. At first, he said no. Then, weeks later, yes. Now, every Wednesday, he sits with others, laughing, debating, sharing stories. He said it felt like breathing for the first time in years. Isolation feels safe. but it is a trap. And joy does not grow in silence. It grows in connection. Mistake 3. Believing your best years are behind you. There is a lie that sneaks in as we age. It tells us that our best days are over, that excitement, love, passion, purpose, those things are for the young. And so we stop dreaming. We stop planning. We stop imagining something new. But here's the truth. The heart doesn't know how old it is. It still lights up when it sees a sunrise, still feels wonder when it hears a kind word, still longs to be seen, heard, useful, alive. Irene learned to paint at 72, not because she wanted to sell her work, but because she saw a painting in a museum and felt something stir. She now teaches art to kids at her local community center, and she swears her life didn't begin until the day she dipped her brush into that first color. You're not done. Your story didn't end at retirement. It didn't end at 70 or 80. It ends the moment you stop believing there's more. And right now, right here, there is more. Mistake 4. Dwelling on regrets. Everyone has regrets, but not everyone lets those regrets define them. We all carry moments we wish we could go back and change. The words we never said, the decisions we wish we could undo, the people we let go or held on to for too long. But when we start living inside those memories instead of outside them, they begin to darken our present. Ramesh, now 86, often says, "I wish I had apologized to my brother before he died." For years, that regret haunted him. It stole his sleep, his appetite, his peace. But one day, his grandson asked him what he would have said to his brother if he could. Ramesh answered through tears. His grandson wrote it down and read it back to him. And Ramesh said he felt a burden lift. Regret is a ghost, but speaking it out loud, writing it, sharing it, gives it light. And in the light, it begins to fade. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are who you choose to be today. Mistake 5. Neglecting your body and mind. It's easy to think that after a certain age, health doesn't matter as much, that a little extra pain, a little tiredness is just part of the deal. So we stop walking. We stop stretching. We eat whatever is easiest. We sleep when we feel like it. And over time, the body responds with decline. But your body is your home. It deserves to be cared for, no matter how many birthdays you've had. Harold, 78, started walking every morning after his doctor told him he was on the edge of diabetes. At first, he could barely walk a block without needing to sit. But now, 2 years later, he walks 2 miles every morning with his dog, Duke. His numbers are better. His mind is clearer. And more than that, he feels proud of himself. Caring for your body is not about living forever. It's about feeling alive today. Move. Eat a little better. Sleep with routine. Drink more water. Breathe deeply. Your body will thank you. Your mind will follow. Mistake 6. Forgetting to be grateful. Gratitude isn't just a word on a greeting card. It's a practice, a choice. And it has the power to transform sadness into contentment and heaviness into light. But as we age, we often focus on what we've lost: our youth, our health, people we loved, opportunities missed. It's natural. But if that's all we focus on, the beauty of what remains becomes invisible. Start with small things: the way tea feels in your hands, the sound of rain, a phone call, the way your grandchild says your name, the feeling of your favorite blanket, a moment of silence that isn't lonely, but peaceful. Gratitude is not denial. It's not pretending everything's perfect. It's simply the choice to remember what is still good. Emma, 88, keeps a notebook beside her bed. Every night before she sleeps, she writes down 3 things she was grateful for that day. Some nights, it's as simple as, I made soup, I read a poem, I saw a bird. And yet, she says, it's what keeps her heart open. Happiness doesn't always come from big change. Sometimes it begins with noticing what you already have. If you've made any of these mistakes, you are not alone. We all stumble, we all hurt, we all get tired. But the beauty of this stage of life is the chance to pause, reflect, and choose again. You can still change. You can still heal. You can still be happy. Not tomorrow, not next year, but today you've come this far. Don't let old mistakes rob you of the joy you still deserve. Choose peace, choose people, choose movement, choose presence, choose gratitude, and most of all, choose yourself. Because even now, especially now, your happiness still matters, and if you're still here with me, still listening, it means something in your heart is ready for peace. If this video spoke to you in any way, please consider giving it a like. It helps more seniors like you find this message. And if you'd like more gentle, honest, and healing videos like this, please subscribe. You're not alone on this journey. We're walking it together. Until next time, take care of your heart. And don't forget, you're still here. And that means there's still time for joy.